Okay, so if we look at those 5 top marketing challenges and the metrics of B2B businesses, here they are. The first one is to do with proposition, which is a fancy word which means what do you promise your customers. So if you don't really understand why people buy from you, then you're really going to struggle with your proposition. So that's a whole new topic about how you find out about what your customers really buy from you for. The second thing is generating leads that are sales-ready leads. So quite often businesses will waste time on prospects that they think are good quality leads, but perhaps they only want the best price, or they only want a quote to beat up their existing supplier, and they're not genuine leads that really want to deal with you at the right price. So sales-ready leads is another challenge. The third one is all about content. Now, we know that different media like websites or social media or something you send as direct mail through the post requires time and thought into slightly different content that suits that particular medium. And that's time consuming. So I think that the idea of content is associated with this idea of time. I do not have the time to create appropriate resources for every medium that I really want to use. So that's a challenge. The fourth one, I keep coming back to, it's my favourite, it's measurement. Many companies will look at things like the number of website visits if they use their Google Analytics, or they'll use it Facebook likes, for example. They'll monitor Facebook likes, rather than sales and interaction with potential customers, which we call engagement. So are you measuring the right things? There's nothing wrong with measuring some of those things if that's appropriate, but it's not the whole picture. And finally, quite often, this makes me laugh a little bit because I've experienced it in the past in bigger businesses, the sales team are often extremely sceptical about any marketing activity. And they quite often think it's a waste of time, and the marketing chaps have got their budget that they'd rather have for themselves, and they do a better job prospecting for themselves. So quite often there's a political sort of divide in a company, which is really fascinating to study between the sales team and the marketing team. And it's like a tug of war. If you imagine 2 dogs tugging at a piece of rope trying to win it from each other, and they're all supposedly on the same side, but actually there's an internal battle going on. That's quite typical too. So those are our top 5 challenges.